Welcome in, one and all. How hot is this? Is this mic hot? Mic's hot. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit less hot because I'm excitable. I'm an excitable boy, and today is a very excitable day. Hi, folks. Welcome in. I am Pugs Moran. This is the High Noon Rant for Wednesday. Jeez, it's Thursday. Is everything a bit of a fog for you? We do this every Monday through Friday. It is a how's the sound going? Let me get into the chat room. Make sure that first, wait, before I get into the chat room. Hi, Al. Al's in the chat room. Before I get in the chat room, let's unveil today's executive producers. That's right, the executive producers of today's show. A number of people tipped the show yesterday, which we greatly appreciate. But the high numbers for the day, they came from our friends April and Jeff. That's right, April and Jeff. April 2 days in a row. Hi, Cam. Hi, Leslie. Everybody coming in the chat room now. Make yourself comfortable. Pull up a beanbag chair. Unfold your yoga mat, whatever it is that you need to do. But we're about to form a soul circle of life here for the next couple of hours. Thank you to April and Jeff. They are executive producers of today's show. What does that mean? Well, the show runs on your gratuities and your tips. So if you're so inclined, you feel moved by what you hear, you want to drop a little something to help this thing continue through the month of November. I'll tell you where we're at. We are at here. I got a nice little scroll that I made to thank all the people who tipped this week. This is what we like to call push week here on the show because I don't pay my bills till a couple of days after the first of the month. Credit be damned. So yeah, we typically go a couple of days late. So by the end of the month, by tomorrow, which is the end of the month for me, we need to raise 165. That's where we are. That's amazing, you guys. I can't believe how awesome you guys have been yet again. Another push month. 165 is the number that we're staring at now. We got 2 shows to do it in. Those are really good hauls per day. So what is that, like 82.50, something like that? 82.50 is, I don't, but hey, sometimes big people step up and they get you across the finish line, and who knows? All I can say is that hopefully with a couple of more tips over the next couple of days, even if we don't reach that number, the 165 that we need, we're in a range where we can make it do. We can make it. It'll work. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And thank you so much. But again, last couple of days we're pushing this week. The number's at 165 now. Anything that you can do to drop in would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's move on from that because I don't want to do that nonsense. Thank you to April and Jeff. By the way, Jeff. I got to address Jeff because I thought until late last night when Jeff dropped in, I thought that it was just going to be April today, which is good because April's, we've seen her produce shows a lot is what I'm saying. So thank you to April. She's ardent supporter of this nonsense. But Jeff came in late after the Rangers game. And he tipped for the second time. Jeff tipped for the second time this week, which is crazy nice. I don't even know Jeff. I mean, I feel like I know Jeff. Jeff and I are buddies because of the last couple of years of us doing this. It's a bit one-sided, I mean, I think he might know more about me than I know about him, but whatever, time to work that out. But Jeff dropped the money in because he said it was, I don't know if these are the words he used, but it was like his penance for, being anti-Rangers. And Jeff's a troll. I don't know. Jeff's a guy raised in about a couple of years younger than me, different. He was raised in the era where trolling was, he's a troll, he's a troublemaker, like a Byron, who I don't understand because I think Byron's kind of my age. I remember Byron and I are around the same age. Adam's a troll. Adam's a troll. He's in that age group too, I guess. But you don't have to. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Jeff, is my point. What? Because you were busting balls over the Rangers? You felt compelled? That was classy move, dude. That's classy. Wasn't expected. Certainly is appreciated. So thank you to Jeff. And as far as our other producer, April, boy, I know that she's got that. 43. I thought Byron was old. Byron, take better care of yourself, brother. No offense. I just assumed. Actually, you know what it is, Byron? You're old-minded. That's what you are. You're old-minded. And you also seem to get a lot of references that are Gen X references. So at 43, that would make you decidedly not Gen X. Or wait, it might make you on the cusp of Gen X. Yeah, you'd be on the cusp. 80 you were born? Whatever. I don't know. All right. We get to know each other around here. We've been doing this now every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon-ish for 2 years. And now I've just learned I just learned that James doesn't live in like a trailer in the middle of Tyler. I just learned that, and I do a show with James every day. I try not to learn all that much because I'd rather ask the questions, you know? People are always amazed, like my partner Kelly and I, who we do Practical Picks with, who, by the way, the new Practical Picks is out. It ain't a football show. If you're like, I don't want to hear football, nah, it's a silly show. It's just if you've ever enjoyed the conversational chemistry between my former partner Kelly and I, that's what it is. I mean, we had an extensive conversation on this week's Practical Picks, where Kelly picks all the football games for the weekend, based on nothing more than what mascot she thinks would beat the. She doesn't know anything about football. She doesn't follow it. She's dominating. She's absolutely dominating. And we had an example of what the show is. We debated last night. So the Rams are going to Green Bay to play the Packers this weekend. We know what Rams are. Rams are like pissed off mountain goats that just, and we know what Packers are. Well, do we know what Packers are? The Green Bay Packers. The Packers are a paper packing union. They're paper packers. That's what they do up there in the factories. They got a lot of trees. They cut them down. They make paper. They make toilet paper. Scott Tissue is up there. All of it. That's what Green Bay is built as. So that's what the Packers are. They're paper packers. They're just union dudes who live in northern Wisconsin. So, we had a nice debate about whether or not whether a human, just a regular union worker. And by the way, this isn't a steel worker. Like whenever the Steelers play, she's like, oh, these are union steel workers. These guys are badasses. That ain't so much the case with the Green Bay Packers. They're paper packers. They're just dudes. They're just dudes working blue collar jobs. So the debate that we got into yesterday, which is exactly the kind of thing we do on Practical Picks, was we spent a long time debating how much traction a ram would have on the floors of a paper plant in Green Bay, because that's where the Rams are the away team. The Rams have to go to where the Packers are, and the Packers are union paper plant workers. And so there's a ram. So we debated that. If you know anything about the traction of rams, you might want to make a comment there in the YouTube comments on the Practical Picks. All right. So that's out now on the Radio Misfits podcast network. That's the kind of stuff we do there. So what else is happening in the world today? Before we get into the show, what else? Is there anything else happening? My dog is mad at me. My dog's a little bit upset. I ate a sandwich today over the sink, as I want to do as a single middle-aged man. So sad. You're eating a sandwich over the sink. It's preferred. What? Dirty a dish? Why? I'm hungry. I'm shoving food down my gullet. This is how man was meant to live. So I was eating a sandwich over the sink, and the dog made a miscalculation. This is 100% on you. Don't give me attitude. It's 100% on the dog. Dog made a miscalculation. She decided she wanted to go out a good minute before I decided I wanted to make a sandwich. So she went outside, and I made a sandwich while she was outside. It wasn't a plan on my fault, on my part. Now, the dog usually gets the end crust. That's typically what she gets. She sits there, she waits patiently, and she knows she gets something. Well, she realized that she was outside when I was eating. I don't know if she could smell it or something, but she's like, oh, hey, fat guy's eating. He's eating. And she started getting nuts. And so she started barking at the back door. And I did something that maybe she has a right to be a little upset about. I let her sit out there. I finished the damn sandwich, and then I let her in. So she comes running in, jumps up on the counter, like smells. She knows there's crumbs. She's like, she knows the sandwich was made. And then I'm just standing there going, she hasn't talked to me since. Not that my dog, I'm not crazy. Not that my dog talks to me, but you know what I mean? She hadn't been cool with me in about an hour and a half now. All over a bologna sandwich. Let's see what kind of attitude she gives me if she walks in here. Hey, CeeLo, come here. Come here, girl. See what kind of attitude you're putting out. Come here, girl. She won't even come. She won't even come. Here she comes. What up, dude? How you doing? All right. Never mind. She's going to go. You can go lay in your chair. Hey, this is progress. Are we friends now? Are we friends again? CeeLo. All right. That is real progress. I didn't think she'd come. All right. All right. I'm sorry. We'll get you a nice little thing later. All right, folks, let's get into the show. Let's talk about all the things that are happening in the world. Just gonna give her some baloney. She's got to earn her baloney. She made a miscalculation. There she goes. Oh, okay. So I guess I suck again. There she goes. She's going back into the other room. She doesn't want to look at me. It's like, you make me sick. So the Rangers won. I don't know how you feel about that. I do know how you feel about that. You're ecstatic. Man. Okay. So let me, elephant in the room. Yes. Yes. Early on in the season, I did not predict on March 30th. I saw somebody tweeted that. I did not predict on March 30th, opening day, that the Rangers were going to win the World Series. I didn't do that. I was joking. I was trying to get people to go back. I never said those words. What I said was the Rangers are going to be really good. The Rangers are going to be a really exciting team. I think the Houston Astros ought to be a little bit upset. I didn't say they were going to win the World Series. I'm not a psychic. I'm not weird like that. And, I was playing it up for a while. Hey, Rangers are going, it's been a season-long thing. And I did watch every game. I did commit to recording the games and then watching them at night. And I did legitimately and sincerely get into the Rangers this year. But I was kind of having some fun, and I think I said this earlier, me in the middle of the postseason sitting here going, Rangers can't lose. Rangers are going to win. There's very little emotional equity at stake for me, right? Because the Rangers aren't my team that I went to games with my grandpa with. The Rangers aren't my team that I went to games with my buddies with in high school. I don't have that sentimental attachment. I do have a different kind of sentimental attachment to the Rangers. That's directly a result of my years here. But it's not the same as, your kid. But man, was I excited. Oh, that was fun. I invested an entire season watching this team, and it paid off. And that is such a rarity. That is such a rarity. Not for my home teams or the teams of my youth. I mean, I invest every damn season in those band of losers, and it never works out. Occasionally it does. And that's, again, why it's so special. So here we go. We worked out here for the Rangers. Now, I'm trying to be honest about what I was at. Did I truly think that the Texas Rangers were an incredibly good team that was going to sneak up on a lot of people? And did I really think that the rest of the baseball world didn't know what was happening in Arlington? Yeah, I did, fully. And that was a part of my, my anti-expert kind of stance. So that was part of what fueled me on this whole thing. That nobody believed in the Rangers. Some of us did. Nobody truly at the national level, Major League Baseball Network or whatever, believed in the Rangers. They were a cute little story. So that's the truth of my whole Rangers over the last few months and, talking about how this team is special, this team is. Now, last night after they won it, we were streaming live when they won it. You can watch last night's stream to see our initial reaction. But after they won it, I turned it off and I just started watching this thing. And I just kind of sat back and I thought to myself, I went, how about that? And then last night when I laid down, when I tried to go to sleep, sometimes your head is filled with all kinds of nonsense from the day. And you can't get the nonsense that filled my head last night when I closed my eyes was the idea of magic, right? Because as I say, my heart wasn't necessarily emotionally into it, the way it would have been for a team of my youth. I was into it. I was into it as an adult fan. But I was having fun. And this Rangers gotta win every, that kind of bravado that was fun. I was just having fun. I didn't really believe that. But last night as I laid there trying to fall asleep, I was confronted with something that psychically kind of freaked me out. And that was all these past couple of weeks, since that moment in the Tampa Bay game, where I just had this realization that, holy shit, this could be like the 2005 White Sox. This feels like the 2005 White Sox. This team feels like not only are they hot at the right time, but this team feels like there is something else going on where the ball is bouncing their way. They are getting key hits. Guys who aren't supposed to be depended on in these moments are coming through. And here is the secret sauce. The high dollar superstars, I don't know, guys like Corey Seager came through. And that doesn't usually happen. Typically, you get all excited about a big free agent acquisition and you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, he was all right. And no, it all worked out. So last night, as I laid in bed thinking about all of this, I was confronted with the realization that I truly and sincerely, all the other stuff was bravado and having fun. But in that moment in the Tampa Bay game, and from that moment forward, when I was talking about baseball magic and the unexplained thing that I feel is happening was 100% real. I can't explain. My mind is messed up. We're all of our minds. I mean, you know that. I talk about, the complexity of the human mind and all of that all the time. So I have no idea what's going on. But I do know that when I was saying all of those months, when I said yesterday, when I got on the air yesterday and said tonight, the Rangers are going to win the World Series, there's a bunch more games. Win 3 on the road. I mean, that was a crazy thing to say as confidently as I did. And if I was doing it just to be a bit of a troll, just to have a little bit of fun, just to be a little bit of over the top, just to maybe even needle people into going, you're going to jinx it. Whatever that motive. I really meant it. Those were not the motivations. I felt something. And I felt something that I felt in 2005. So as I laid in bed last night, this is where we deviate from baseball. This is what I thought about. What is that? Now, I've always said that I'm joking again. It's like, I'm a great judge of people because it's funny to say I'm really good at judging others, but I am a pretty good judge of character. I always have been. People screw over friends of mine. I always have that thought. I'm like, yeah, I saw that coming. That guy I knew from the moment first time I met that guy, I knew that this was not going to end well. So I've always kind of had that. So what is that? Intuition? I'm not a psychic. That's not what it is. And magic isn't real. I'm not a fucking weirdo. But man, so I laid in bed last night and I'm like, how do I take this ability, which is a very real thing? Because in 2005, I absolutely knew the White Sox. So after the White Sox swept the Boston Red Sox, the defending champion in the first round of the postseason, I was like, okay, this team isn't supposed to do this. This is weird. This feels weird. What is this that I'm seeing? And they were basically unstoppable, the 2005 White Sox. I saw the same thing in the Rangers, and I identified it, and I had that feeling, and it kept me awake last night. Because what is this feeling? How do I use this feeling? How is this an extra skill? I don't know. Roger Clemens was born being able to throw lightning bolts out of his hand. I don't know. I have no idea. But here's the real, how do I make money off this? Is this a real thing? I don't know. But the end result is that the Rangers won. And I sincerely knew they were going to win. I can't explain it. I don't know. It's like I saw it. It's like I visualized it. I don't know. So we'll talk more about that, but let's get started with the show. Welcome everybody into the High Noon Report. My name is Pugs Moran. This is the home here in Dallas, Texas, to your world champion Texas Rangers. Like I said, we got one of them real trophies. That's a real trophy. The World Series trophy is a real one. Not that any of the other Super Bowl Lombardi trophy's a real one. Super Bowl trophy's a real one. We know that. And you got the World Series. NBA championships are nice, but again, I'm a Bulls guy. I worked for the flagship radio station of the Bulls when they were winning all their titles. I produced post-game shows and whatnot. Bit jaded on NBA titles. World Series, man. That's the thing. And we got one here in Texas now. Whew. And it's really hot. Now I'm really sweating. And I just hand washed this shirt. It's a good shirt. That's why it was hand washed. Remember, I told you I wear this shirt every day. And it's a good shirt. It's like silk and it needs to be dry cleaned or hand washed. And I discovered how you can hand wash things. And I'm very excited. Or was. I am done with it now. I don't want to hand wash things. It's just a lot of work. I wish I had a washing machine. Remember earlier in the week, I was like, I'm going to wash socks today. I got it out of my system. I'm good. But holy crap, guys, I have to take a quick break. Okay, we got to take a quick break, and then we're going to start the show officially. This was a nice little beginning, but we're going to take a quick break because I got to turn the heat down. I am sweating, like a whore in church, as they say. We'll be right back. Give me a sec. All right. We're back. Let's do this. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I have just in the past like 5 minutes fallen very ill. I just suddenly feel really bad. I thought it was because I was hot and the heat was on. The heat wasn't even on. So I don't know why I am flop sweating like this. But let's get started. It is the High Noon Report. I am Pugs Moran, or is it the High Noon Rant? I don't know. We go back and forth. It is the second day of November, year of our Lord, 2023. It's the 306th day of the year. There's 59 more of these, 59 more days left in the year. Let's see here. Y'all check this out. Peter says, in 1999, Stars champ, 2011 Mavs champ, 2023 Rangers champion, power of 12. So Cowboys in 2025. All right. I get that. All right. You guys, I got to end the stream. I'm not feeling good. I feel like I need to take a cold shower or something. This absolutely sucks. Bad timing. Bad timing is I need to be doing streams. We're going to come back later today. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. I just feel like all of a sudden I'm flop sweating. I had this happen once before where it was like, I didn't understand what it was. I thought it was an anxiety attack. But it just flops. All of a sudden, I just feel I'm like real shaky. So I'm fine. I'm just going to go lay down. I'm going to drink a glass of ice water. Try and figure out what this is. I just happened once before on the air. But it happens from time to time. I don't know what it is. Don't be worried about it. I'm just getting old. You know, it's just... And I haven't eaten anything. That's the other thing. Oh, no. Please tweet that I'm okay. I'll be tweeting. I'm just going to go. I just don't think that I can do this right now. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to like do the energy and all that kind of stuff. And there's just nothing there, dude. Well, this is one of the benefits of doing a show like this that, you know, I'm not under contract to a radio company that now requires that I do this. I will come back later today. But man, look at me. Do you guys see me? I am flops. Look at my head. I don't understand what's happening here because it is not hot in here. But I'm just like, it's like anxiety sweat. Yeah, I'm fine. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I mean, I'm totally fine. It is. It's probably the bologna. No, I didn't eat. I haven't eaten anything. I had a quick bologna sandwich. That was it. And then I didn't eat dinner last night. All right, maybe I'm just going to eat something. And then I'm going to come back and I apologize. So just give me a little bit of time. Let me figure. I'll be on Twitter and stuff. I'll be back later today. I'll let you know. We'll schedule another show. I'm sorry. Bye. Love you guys.